Hello and welcome to Chanakya English for our Pandey Politics today with none other than Mr. Rangaraj Pandey. Welcome, sir. So, sir, today to start off, let's get into the recent happening where Rahul Gandhi is right now in the US. There are a lot of news that we are hearing that he is making a lot of anti-India statements, pro-Khalistan statements. I mean, when we say pro-Khalistan, it is sort of like a terrorist group, right? If he's
They are.
supporting it, that itself is anti-India. So statements like that, is it really happening, and what sort of a gain is he getting out of it? Why isn't the government condemning it enough if it's really not the right thing to do?
Whenever Mr. Rahul Gandhi goes to a foreign country, he used to make such kind of statements. He has not, according to my knowledge, he has not directly supported the Khalistani movement. But what the Khalistani group were telling all along these years, Mr. Rahul Gandhi is also endorsing in another way. So that is where people are calling that he is supporting Khalistani. He has not supported the Khalistani movement in direct sense. But he was saying that in India, Sikhs were not free. They were unable to have their turban. They were unable to keep their religious practices and all whatever. So even free movement of Sikh is also in threat. That's what he was making, which is a blatant lie, which is not at all a fact. And if at all the Sikh community is angry with anybody, that is his own family. And we know what happened to Indira Gandhi, and we know what was the comment of Mr. Rajiv Gandhi when the Sikh Riyat was happening. Now, even now, we are calling it a Sikh Riyat, but it was not created by Sikhs. It was anti-Sikh Riyat, actually. It was target on Sikhs. It was not created by Sikhs. So, but we used to call it a Sikh Riyat. It's not Sikh Riyat. It was Riyat against the Sikhs. But it happened in the Congress period. The sad assassination of Mrs. Indira Gandhi. So, in another way, Mr. Rajiv Gandhi, then Prime Minister, supported that Riyadh, and he said that, of course, if a very big tree falls, of course, a lot of small things also will happen. He was supporting, he was endorsing what were very, very injustice one. So the Sikh community is completely okay with the Indian government. They don't have any problem with the current government. When they had some problem in Pakistan as well as in Afghanistan, when change of the regime, Taliban took over the charge. The Indian government took enormous efforts to safeguard their holy book, their holy shrines and all everything. And everybody knows, even our ministers directly involved in supporting the Sikh sentiments. And CAA, you are all aware, it is completely in favor of Sikhs. That is supporting the Sikhs who are residing now in Bangladesh, Pakistan, Afghanistan, or all those things. So I don't think what Mr. Rahul Gandhi said in United States is a correct one. It's a pure political one. It is very sad thing to make politics against our own country in other nations.
How do we think this is influencing the diaspora politics? Right?
It is not going to influence the diaspora. 90% of the audience has no vote in India, and even if they have vote, they won't come here and vote, cast their vote here. But this kind of talks will influence the abroad mind, the other countries, the United Nations group. So he is a leader of opposition now, leader of a very, very oldest party in India. Certainly, he has a very good say. People will watch him, people will note him, take note of his speeches. So, this will try to give a bad image against India throughout the world. I fear whether that is what his attempt to, because certainly the little crowd which received him and are listening to him, that is not going to make any huge change directly in India. But this will influence the international community, and that may give a different opinion, which all the 11 years the Modi government is trying to make it with the complete positive notes. India's passport is in a high value. India's image is in the top first position, and all the top leaders of international community are expecting India to play a major role in a confront situation in like Ukraine, like Palestine, everywhere. So when we are reaching such a strong position in international community, a person, a tall leader from our own country and demeaning all our values and all in international community, that is very, very unfortunate one.
So we're saying that this is repetitive. This is happening again and again, and it's timed in such a way. It's right before the Prime Minister's visit to the US. And also, isn't it true that any government official that goes abroad has to get the center's approval, right? They should have some sort of an approval to say, this is the reason why I'm traveling. Isn't that true?
It is true, and that will be already given. That is not a problem, and you cannot stop for no reason. You can make political comments. You have the right to make political comments. You cannot deny in the United States as well as in India, we have freedom of expression. So you cannot stop what you are going to talk there and whom you are going to meet there. That is not your subject. LOP is a constitutional post. Leader of opposition is a constitutional post, and he is in the highest security in India. Z plus security is guarded with Z plus security. So obviously, our chief minister, Mr. Stalin, also in US, he also might start the approval of the central government,
Yes.
and obviously Mr. Rahul Gandhi also. That is not a complication, and obviously the central will say yes without any doubt.
So the approval really isn't like a way to for them to stop any of these
No,
happenings.
you cannot stop. That will go against your government.
Okay. Last month, Subramania Swamy actually he pleaded a case relating to Rahul Gandhi's citizenship because he had made a statement that he's a British national. So there's a case that's going out there. So how do we see that turning out?
I don't see any valid point in that, which was in public domain. If Mr. Sami brings some new documents and elements, that may give a huge difference. Because in one observation, the same Supreme Court has said that if somebody is claiming about somebody that he is a citizen of those country, we cannot treat that as he is not our citizen. But Mr. Sami is showing some documents where a company which belongs to the UK claiming that Mr. Rahul Gandhi is the director of that particular company. Only when you are a citizen of UK, you can own such sort of companies there. So with that document, Mr. Sami is interpreting that when he is being the director of that particular company, obviously he might be the citizen of UK, so he cannot have the dual citizenship. That is what his claims. Now, the court has to verify whether that document is the original one, whether he is the director there, and whether the Rahul Gandhi is the same Rahul Gandhi is there, director of that company and LOP of India. So they have to verify. Just because of someone is claiming that he is being the director there and he might be the citizen of the UK and he cannot hold the Indian passport, that is might not be the case. We have to wait what new documents are emerging. Only then we can find the fact.
Okay. Okay, our Chief Minister, M.K. Stalin, he's also in the US and he's on a 17-day tour to get investments back to Tamil Nadu. So we see a lot of out there where it's saying he's got us thousands of crores of MOUs, right, where there's an agreement that they will come into Tamil Nadu for future. I guess we may have more jobs, maybe. I guess that's the foreseen perception. But how do we really see this materializing?
It's a very good one. Whenever we are trying to get investments through FDI and all, we have to welcome it. That will give a lot of job opportunities to our own citizens. So we have to welcome it. The point is, till date, he has made more than 10 MOUs with various institutions, but none of them are new companies.
Yes.
All the companies are already existing in Tamil Nadu or somewhere in India. So, and those plans, those agreements shows that they are just expanding the business. Might be the phase 1, phase 2, or just an expansion. So, even though Mr. Stalin's visit might not happen to US, that investment might come here today or tomorrow, or day after tomorrow, because they were already in the plan. It is not that you went there and immediately they decided to expand the business and they will sign an MOU. Before signing in MOU, you can understand that there will be huge thought process inside that those companies and all, whether we have to go along with Tamil Nadu or we have to shift somewhere else, whether we have to expand it, how much investment we need for that, whether we are already having it. So all sort of thought process might have done already. So in this investment drive by Mr. Stalin, it is welcoming one, but there is no surprise. It's all obvious one already. Those companies are here for this trip is might be, we can say that it's unwanted. So if this is the case, you can make it even from your own state itself. You need not to travel all along the way and sitting there for 15 to 20 days and making it. So I don't see any surprise or new elements in these investments. It seems to be a very routine one.
Okay. Um, so I guess the other thing that I was really thinking about was infrastructure, really, but you already answered saying that if it's an existing
No,
company, then
we have beautiful infrastructure. Comparatively, we are a peaceful state, and we have very great talents here. And we can facilitate all their needs. We have a lot of ports here, airports here, and we are expanding day by day. Of course, there is a huge challenge from our neighboring states, Kerala, Karnataka, Andhra, Telangana, and all those states are very, very competitive. But we are able to face it, and we have very good talents. You need not to worry about our infrastructure and all.
okay, okay. And the next really thing that's happening is Mahavishnu case. It's really blown up big. Many people are looking at it ethically. They're looking at it from a fairness point of view. So he was a motivational speaker. He went to a government school to talk, and he actually said something from the Tirukkural, which does not seem like a bad thing to do. But I think his aftermath, when a visually impaired teacher actually spoke out and said you shouldn't be doing this, his response to that didn't come out, I think, as a normal matured person should have. So I guess there is a fault in there, but is the case really being blown out of proportion, and is it a decoy for other things happening in Tamil Nadu?
Obviously, it was blown up larger than its size, without any doubt. Mr. Mahavishnu is a motivational speaker, not known to many. Of course, he's just growing. Only after this case, he is remanded, he is in prison for 15 days. So, only after this case was put against him, and when School Education Minister, Mr. Anbil Poyamli, came openly against him, only then people you come to know that who is Mr. Mahavishnu. So
Right.
It was a speech, and there was a fight between a visually challenged teacher and Mr. Mahavishnu.
Yes.
Even if there is a fault you find from Mahavishnu's side, you can just ignore him, or you can blacklist him, that in future no government school call him for any motivation. That ends the matter. He'll be challenged. That's all.
Right.
But when putting a case against him, even that also understandable. If the visually challenged teacher is feeling hurt by his speech, you can give a case. But according to my knowledge, he has not filed a case. Only a third person has filed a case, and government acted against it. And when from Australia, Mr. Mahavishnu landed in Chennai, he was immediately arrested. So I think it is certainly there is a excess from the government side. I don't know the reason, but without any doubt, if they just ignored it, nobody might have minded that. Only after the arrest, they go, what is that? In Tamil Nadu, we've seen lot of molestations happening to women,
Yes.
children, school students, uh, group gang rape also happening in Tamil Nadu. We see in Tanjavur, in Krishnagiri, in many other places, not less than 2-3 persons are molesting women. In these last 15 to 20 days, I'm telling you, it was happening
cases.
every other day.
Yes.
But when it happened in the last 15 days, where the priority of the government is, that is a bigger question. And we are not focusing on those such heinous crime incidents, and we are focusing on these type of petty incidents. I am also surprised whether government is trying to hide something and deviate from something else. That's also my doubt.
Okay. who can or what should be done to, can anything really be done to
See, Mr. Mahavishnu has to face this case legally because now it went to court. Only the judge has put him in prison. They only remanded him. So, if at all the judge is not convinced, he might have released him on bail. So, they were having some conviction. So, they put him in prison for 15 days. Now, he has to reach for bail, and again,
now
he has
should
to.
we be taking this to probably the CM and say that look at the other things as well, or how do we drive this
They
really?
are all aware of this other side voice also. People are there to support Mr. Mahavishnu and oppose him, his act. So both sides are there. People are supporting the government or opposing, criticizing the government. Both sides are there. So Mr. CM Memkem Stalin will be very much aware of what is happening here. So he himself also tweeted something about that. In schools in future we will teach only science related scientific related things. We will not deviate all these things. So he was also completely aware.
Yes.
It is not that something happened without his knowledge. It is not so. He is
Hmm.
completely aware. But it is the civil society which should take it up and which should reach the mass that see the government has a lot of other things to focus and they are wasting their time on petty things. It is our duty to guide and throw light to the government.
Okay. And the other recent happening is VCK leader Tirumavalavan. He is actually making a meet for a fight against drugs and alcohol. And I think he is a DMK alliance, but he went and made the statement saying that everybody is welcome to join this. And it is perceived that he is looking at ADMK and Vijay's TVK parties also to join him. So, is there I mean, some of the people are viewing this as their VCK is trying to go away from DMK's alliance for 2026, and they're probably looking for other parties as alliances.
It is not a routine voice. It is certainly suspicious without any doubt. Whether to move away from the alliance, DMK alliance, or to increase his demand in the same alliance, that we have to watch. Whether he is trying to increase his seats in the alliance. Last time they were given 6 seats in 2021 and they won 4 seats. They got 4 MLAs. So this time they may ask for 10 seats. So just to increase that, you need some value additions. So he is trying that he is trying to show the DMK that we have huge demand. ADMK is seeking our support, and TVK is looking for us. So we may take a decision at the appropriate time. So if you want to keep us with you, you need to go by our own wish. So indirectly, he's making his demands. Obviously, whether to move away from the alliance or to increase his own share in the alliance, that is a question mark. But alcohol is in Tamil Nadu from day one, and in no other states in anywhere in India, Tamil Nadu government itself is selling the alcohol the name of Tasmak. So before allying with DMK, VCK, Mr. Thirumavan was very well aware of all these things factor. Waiting for 3.5 years of the government, and suddenly after the Lok Sabha election is starting this issue is certainly a surprise. We have to watch what is his actual demand is.
Okay. And there's also this talk about in TVK, Vijay's party, that a lot of actors may also be coming in. And there's rumors that maybe even Khushbu ma'am may go away from BJP to TVK, or even Radhika ma'am. So, I mean, is there really any substance there?
Nobody will move in the day one. They will see, they will wait, and they will watch how the party is performing, how the public support is growing. Only after that, they will take a call. Now, both the actors, Mrs. Radhika and Mrs. Kushbu in BJP, they are very active. Mrs. Radhika was given seat in Virudhunagar Lok Sabha constituency,
Yes.
and Mrs. Kushbu Sundar was made NCW member. So they were honored in their position, and both came from other parties. So they are respected in this party. So suddenly they will not try to lose their integrity and all. If there is a huge demand and huge offer and very well future in any other party, they will anybody, not only the Kushbu or Ratika, anybody will try to make a move. Only if it is the growth is assured. But being a very, very, very fresh new party, nobody will take a risk join the party, because if Kushbu or Ratika joining actor Vijay's party, TVK, Tamulaga Vetri Kadagam, it is a value addition for that party, not these persons.
Correct.
Kushbu joined TVK. That will be the news. Radhika joined TVK. That will be. So now Radhika as well as Kushbu are bigger than the party, not the star. I'm not talking about Mr. Vijay. I'm talking about the party. So they are having a very good image and they are in a very good party according to their own idea. So they will try to sail in the same boat till they get any humiliation in this party or any great welcoming on that party. Otherwise, I don't see any space now to change their plan.
How do we foresee the TVK's presence also in 2026?
It may get vote anywhere between 6 to 10. The least might be 6%, the peak might be the 10%. So
that's more than BJP's now, right?
Of course, almost. We cannot calculate the BJP's vote share because they were in alliance. So anybody's vote share we cannot count when they were in alliance. Even DMK, even ADMK, even BJP, everybody contested the election with alliance support. So we cannot make a share whether how much percentage went to their party, how much percentage they share with other parties. We cannot. There is no pure algorithm to segregate all those vote shares. So we cannot. But with alliance, BJP secured 11% vote in 2024 Lok Sabha election in Tamil Nadu. So that will be almost because the reach, the popularity Mr. Vijay gains, he may get the support of minority community because he's a born Christian. So he may get and soft with the Hindus also. His mother is Hindu, his father is a Christian. So both community may try to support him, and very young, and there is a huge vote share, almost 20 to 25%, which is not okay with both the Dravidian parties, ADMK and DMK. So that is where Mr. Seeman from Nam Tamlar Kachhi is trying to secure that vote share. That is where BJP is also bidding to get that votes. That is where Mr. Vijay is also playing around. So we have to see where the 20 to 25% vote is going. Already, Mr. Seeman's Nam Tamlar Kachhi got 8% votes. Already, BJP got 11% vote. So if you come add the both, already almost 20% vote is already secured with the both. That's why I said from 6 to 10% Mr. Vijay may secure. That too from these parties only, because this vote is again non-DMK, non-ADMK votes. So ADMK voters will be there, DMK cadres will be there. There won't be a huge change with those vote banks. The people who don't want ADMK, DMK to come, so waiting for some alternative, they may be done by TVK.
Okay.
Where already BJP as well as Nam Tamil Kachhi is also bidding on the same votes.
Okay. So ADMK, DMK per se, they are not going to be affected as much.
DMK will be benefited.
Okay.
Because when DMK is in power, whether the DMK has to come again or not, that is the bigger question. So if DMK is there, till date, the alliance is very intact from 2019, 2021, 2024. All three elections they contested together, and they had a huge victory, striking rate crossing more than 85%. They are very good with their alliance now. And the opposition side, there is more and more new parties, new alliance are coming. Till 21, there were ADMK, DMK alliance. In 2024, both separated on their own. So previously, Mr. Seeman, Nam Tamil Kachhi was there, and ADMK, DMK alliance were there. In 2024, ADMK alliance separate, BJP alliance contested separately, and Nam Tamil Seeman was there. Now in 2026, if Mr. Vijay contesting again, as a separate without anybody, without allying on these three parties, Seeman or BJP or ADMK, then the anti-DMK votes will divide into 4. So that makes sure the victory of DMK easily. That will be a cakewalk for DMK. So the DMK has to be thankful to Mr. Vijay for floating a new party.
Thank you so much for your time today, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching Chanakya English. Stay tuned for more such discussions.